Oh, shit. You know what it is. It's your boy. Let's talk about a podcast. Once again, it's Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's time for episode 7. Let's talk about it podcast. The link is at the bottom of the screen. You want to join the show? That's what it's all about. Interactive show. You come on. We're talking about something you want to talk about. You got something to say? Let's talk about it. Come on the podcast or communicate through the comment section. You can put your if you're too scared to put your little pretty face on the screen, then at least do this. Hit share. That's it. You can turn off the show after that. Like, we don't even have to watch. We don't want your punk ass to watch anyway. Just hit share. That's all you got to do. That's it. Just hit share. Who Cares Podcast. Episode 7. What up, what up, what up?
What's up, motherfucker?
How you doing, friend? I'm G with 2 E's. This is Scott motherfucking Hicks. That's how we do it. Already got 1 live viewer. Shout out to my mom. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. I don't know about you. But shout out to June Hardenberg. You guys know the deal. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day we decide to do it, we come in here and we have a conversation about whatever's on our minds. And if you want to talk about it, come on the show. The link will be at the bottom of the screen. Let me put it there real quick. And there it is. Just type that into any web browser. We got 5 live viewers. Shout out to the live viewers. If you're in the room, just say hi so we know who we are. There's no way, which is cool. You can listen to the show without letting us know who you are, you fucking creepers. But if you say something in the comments, we'll know you're here. We can shout you out, say hi, what's up? Okay? Bottom of the screen. There it is. StreamYard.com/ADBBJFE6IC. They should make that a little bit more fucking easier. But anyways, if you want to join the show, there it is. Don't be a girl. Or be a girl. Don't cancel.
Be whatever you want to be. We're not, no labels. We're not putting any labels on you. Be
No
whatever you
labels.
want.
What's up? What's up, Scotty? How was your week?
My week is fucking awesome. It's having a good week, man. Did some cool shit with work and gonna got my next golf outing planned out for
how many times did you golf this week?
I played Sunday.
Just once?
Yeah, well, I tried. I mean, that's that'll be twice in a week.
I'm just saying that's usually what you do once a week.
I try to get once a week. So I played once in the middle of last week, and then I played Sunday. I got a call from some friends to play if we wanted to play Sunday, so we went down to Williamsburg and played down there. And then all this nice weather, I was like, I got to set something up for this week. So playing with same guys on Friday.
What you drinking?
This is a Black Russian. We got little Tito's and Kahlua.
Yeah, there we go. My mom's drink of choice is Kahlua and milk.
I like a White Russian, which is.
Yeah, but you got to add the vodka. She just has the Kahlua and the milk. Lost your mic. We got a new official sponsor this week. Crown Apple, man. They've been bullshitting sending our cases to us. So we went with Twisted Tea. It's our new official sponsor to Let's Talk About podcast. It's good. I never had it before. I guess it's like a Long Island iced tea with some lemonade or something. 5% alcohol. It's pretty good, but even if you don't like it, you got that motherfucker. So you can smack a motherfucker in the face. You heard? Smack a motherfucker in the face. Dude, I'm not saying that I never heard of Twisted Tea before. Are you familiar with the video I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, it went fucking viral.
He got hammered. I love that.
Dude, I loved it. I watched it again today after I bought my Twisted Tea. But my point was, I'm not saying I didn't know what I never heard of Twisted Tea before that. But man, their stock had to go up, dude. Now I see everybody drinking it. There's different flavors now. It's crazy how something so crazy can make a company so much money.
No shit, that's what we need to do with the podcast. We need to figure out a way to smack somebody in a store to get our
smack them in the mouth, dog. Exactly.
Right. But I didn't even know. So I'd heard of Twisted Tea, but I didn't know till you said something earlier that it even had alcohol in it. I just thought maybe it was like.
Oh no, it's tea, I hope 5% alcohol, hard iced tea. So this is the original because I wanted something that tastes like tea, and as soon as I sipped it, it tastes like lemonade. In the store, they had a half and half one, like an Arnold Palmer, I think it's called, where it's half tea and half lemonade. And I was like, I don't want no lemonade. This motherfucker tastes like half tea and half lemonade. So I can only imagine what the half and half tastes like.
Is it just like supposed to be like regular tea with lemon, or?
Yeah, with alcohol in it. Yeah, it says hard iced tea with a twist of lemon.
Okay.
A twist of lemon, and it tastes like fucking lemon.
All right, here's my confession. I don't drink tea.
Oh, there you go. Not even fucking twisted?
Well, I haven't tried it yet. I would try it.
How about Long Island iced teas? You like those? That's not really tea at all.
No, I used to drink those when I was younger. Okay, weird coincidence. There was back in the early 90s, there was a little club down around VCU called Twisters. And my buddy Mikey and I used to go there, and we'd get either Long Island iced teas or blue motorcycles.
You talking about Mike the bartender?
Yeah. This is before he was a bartender. This is actually
he's the one that used to make me my Long Islands.
Yeah, best bartender I've ever seen,
dude. Awesome. Let me tell you. I'll tell you that quick story about that. So, he worked at Little Texas too, also known as the Crystal Pistol and Bahama Joe's and whatever the fuck else it was called. Then it was Little Texas. And Thursday nights was ladies' night, and that's when Q94 would come in there. I forgot the host's name now, but I think his name was Jason Page. Page. Oh, hold up. Tonight is the premiere of season 5 of The Masked Singer. It was pre-recorded, so I'm here. Here I am. The one and only Craig Robinson. Big fan of the show.
That's right.
Only Hollywood friend I really know. Shout out to Craig Robinson. Holla at your boy. He's your boy. So what was I saying? Flood Zone? No, not Flood Zone. Little Texas.
Yeah.
So I got to the point where there'd be a line, especially on Thursday nights. There will be a line where you got to go wait 20 to 25 minutes to get your drink, and Mike is just. So I tipped him so well. I was VIP up in that bitch. Well, I would be on the stage. Oh, dancing. Got the 2 cages above me, like center stage. You know me, dog. And he would just catch his eye. He catch mine. I go like this. He's like, boom. He stops everything he's doing, goes, makes my drink, puts it at the bottom, the back end of the bar, and I walk past all them motherfuckers and grab my drink, and they'd be like, motherfucker, how the fuck is he? Because you got to tip a bartender, dog.
That's
you build a relationship with a bartender.
When was this? What year?
This was 2000. I would say 2001, 2000 maybe, between 2000 and 2002. I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Damn, I
dude,
didn't know you knew Mikey that way. I mean, or had
yeah,
met him
I told
before.
that's something we talked about. We talked about this in person when he first came to one of your family events. I was like, wait a minute, I know that dude. So, anyways, on my birthday, we all worked at Red Lobster. So I told everybody I was the bartender at Red Lobster. I told everybody at Red Lobster, I was like, we're going to my birthday. It's my birthday. We're going out there. It's gonna be off the chain. And I probably drank too much that night for sure. So I went up to Mikey and I was like, Mikey, all these people right here are at my birthday party. They get whatever drinks they want all night. He's like, all right. I gave him my card or whatever. I already expected to spend about $600 to $700. I mean, I would spend 100 and 150 by myself. So
Right.
I was figuring, you know what? It's my birthday. I think I got my taxes back. I was feeling good. Pockets were fat, no responsibilities, no kids, no nothing. So I was like, everybody's on me. Well, shout out to Tommy Guns. Tommy Guns was with me. He was on stage with me, and he said, and I don't remember about 45 seconds before this or anything until after I get outside, but he said I was just dancing. I was up on stage, and there's mad people on the dance floor, like probably 100, all crammed up, dancing, grinding on each other. And I'm at the front of the stage. The stage is so packed that I'm almost getting pushed off. I just knew I was going to be in a mosh pit, right? So I'm on the edge and he keeps pulling me back and I'm like singing the song and dancing and dancing. And he was like, just out of the blue, I just threw up all over everybody off the stage. I mean, he said he hasn't seen anything like that since the pie eating contest in that movie where all the people
Yeah.
puked a blueberry lean on me. No, stand
Yeah.
by me.
Stand
Was
by
that
me. That's
stand
it.
by me?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
he
it.
said I was just spraying the whole puked all over all the girls, everything. I just sprayed it. I don't throw up. I don't throw up like that, dude. So
Uh,
they was like, yo, you got to get your boy. Bouncers grab me. You know how small I am. Them motherfuckers picked me by the back of my shirt, off my feet, and walked me outside. Like I never touched the ground from the stage to the front door, if you ever been in that place. And they
yeah.
kicked me out.
Yeah.
And I said, as soon as I hit the cold air in the parking lot, like boom, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I didn't pay my tab. Like all them people are on my tab. My jacket's in. I had a nice leather jacket. It was in the coat check. So I was trying to coerce the bouncers into you. I was like, yo, you could pick me up and walk me back over there, but I got to pay my bartender. He always takes care of me. He's like, nah, man, don't worry about it. I'll go talk to him. It's probably not even that much. I said, oh, it's a lot. He's going to want me to pay it. Matter of fact, he has my card, so he could just tell him to run it, whatever. Tommy Guns talked him into letting Tommy go in there. They wouldn't let me go back in there. So he went in there and took care of everything. And he don't work there anymore, so I guess it don't matter. But man, I know what I drank, and I know at least 2 or 3 people of the 8 that I was with drank, and my bill was like $200. And I was like, what? I think I tipped him like 400. Like it wouldn't even go through on the credit card because it was like 2 times the amount. Because I told you I was gonna spend 500 to 600. I already
Yeah.
had that in my head, so it's like going into a casino. It's like, I'm not leaving with this shit. But yeah, Mike was the bartender then. And then I met Frankie and I stopped going to the club. It was weird. And me and Frankie were on a date in Bennigan's in West Broad Street. Shout out to Bennigan's on West Broad
Wow. That's
Street.
old school. Is that? I
There's
don't
Mike
think
and
it's
it.
good.
There's Mike and his wife. His wife now. I don't know if they're married then, but still with the
Uh,
same person.
they got married in 2000. So yeah.
So I walked. Yeah. So I walked up to the table and I was like, "Hey man, do you recognize me?" And he's like, "Oh shit, what's up?" And my roommate was just as bad as me. So when he saw us walk in, he knew he was banking. And he
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I don't work there no more." I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "Y'all stopped coming." He's like, "Y'all used to pay my car note like easy." Like, easy.
Yeah.
He's like, as soon as y'all stopped coming, the money wasn't right. So, hell yeah, shout out to Mike. He
Yeah.
saw me in some crazy times too. I'm not like that anymore.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
my wild child days.
I've known him for over 40 years since we were 8 years old.
What?
He's
Oh, don't
funny.
age
Yeah.
yourself, bro. Oh my
Well, I'm
God.
serious, man. Yeah. A
Don't
long,
age
long
yourself.
man.
All right, what is
Oldest son I got.
what's your first let's talk about it?
Well, I want to get this.
What's your first let's
I told
talk
you,
about
I've been out hustling. Trying to. So I got us a new sponsor for the week, and I got the copy right here.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. All right. Today's
All right.
podcast is brought to you by Blatford's Squirrel Oil, the all-natural lubricant and food flavoring. Blatford's Squirrel Oil is fresh squeezed from real West Virginia squirrels, trapped by Billy Joe Blatford himself on mostly his own property. Just a few drops of Blatford's will turn your boring possum casserole into a delight for the senses. And whether you're entertaining family, friends, or random canoers in the woods and need a speck of help getting the party started, Blatford Squirrel Oil is just the social lubricant you're looking for. Remember, when you need it slippery, you need Blatford's. Look for Blatford's south of the Mason-Dixon in the condiments and automotive aisles of your local Walmart. So there it is, our new guy, Blatford's.
Shout out to what? Black Fist?
Blatford's Squirrel Oil. They'll be paying us with a case of squirrel oil.
That's awesome. Oh, hey, what is a chocolate bar's preferred gender pronoun?
Her, she. Come on, man.
Yep. That was a good one. That shit made me laugh out loud today.
Anyway,
another baby beard goober.
All right, you want here's a let's talk about it, a brand new one. So my wife has been having what the hell they call them? Atypical headaches.
Yeah.
She went to the doctor. Atypical headaches. This is not a joke. She's just been feeling a lot of pressure without a lot of pain. So my wife, now you know my wife, G, and she's very much on the straight and narrow. And she got it into her head today that maybe some CBD would be the thing to help her with the headaches.
Yeah.
So we made a trip to your CBD store. You know where that is? It's over on it's by the Food Line over on 301.
No, I don't. I go somewhere else. I take CBD every single day.
Oh, do you? Okay. I've never really taken it, but I gotta say, so it's pretty wild because Michelle has never done any illicit substance whatsoever, ever.
Yeah.
And she almost never drinks. So we went there. It was kind of funny. The owner, I got his card here, and this guy was really cool. His name's Nick, and I can't quite read his last name.
Yeah, just read his name out and the company name.
Nick C, your CBD store over on Chamberlain Road. But anyway, so we rolled up and the place was closed. And Michelle had seen that it was on the internet that it was supposed to be open till 7, but it was only like 6. And then this dude comes walking up with keys and everything. Like, oh, well, maybe he just stepped over, out of the store for a minute. But no, they actually anyway, information on the internet was wrong. They were closing at 6. Dude is so awesome. Nick is so awesome. He's just like, yeah, come on in. Well, it was 6 o'clock. It was after his closing time, but he helped Michelle, talk to her. And I got to say, this guy is exactly what you expect somebody to run a CBD or maybe a dispensary would be like. And I mean that in the kindest way.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Create
so,
him, Scott.
So
do what we hate. Just create him.
Yeah, he was just really, he was like totally laid back and cool and into his stuff and was really interested that you were into his stuff. It's kind of like a GameStop employee, they're like totally into this stuff.
No pun intended.
Yeah, but he had the long hair and everything, and there was some freaking.
You mean a former GameStop employee?
Yeah, right. But he had like his Blues Traveler playing in the background, and he was just awesome. He was a really, it was a good experience. So, and we talked a little bit about the new marijuana.
Great. It'll change if you use it consistently and you get good quality CBD, which is a little expensive, but if you get good quality, figure out your delivery method that works better for your body. Fucking complete game changer, bro.
Yeah. Well, so what do you use it for? I mean, and
I mean, it's so good for
everything.
everything. Mostly inflammation. I used to not be able to walk, man. Like by the end of my workday, my knees, everything, like it's like fish oil, but 1,000 times better. You
So
know,
what?
does everything fish oil does. It is just I could talk. I mean, we could do a whole podcast on it,
Yeah.
but
Well, let's
it's
not go into it
it's
too much. But
but
I'm
you
curious.
mentioned that she never did illicit drugs. You know, it's not psychoactive.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know. But you have to understand her.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'll tell you
this
a
is
quick story. I want
adjacent
to
to
tell you.
illicit drugs in her mind. So it's a
Yeah.
big deal.
I won't mention the name or whatever. Just a person in my family that's old. Probably never did a drug in his life, and we told him to try it, and he felt like it made his whole body feel better. But one day he just didn't. It felt weird, like it was psychoactive. So like, nah, I don't want to be like that, which is weird because it shouldn't be. Now you go to California and get CBD oil, you have to ask if it's also got THC in it, because that shit will put you to the moon. But yeah, it should be. I mean, it's just everybody always says like, "Well, I don't want to fail a drug test." Well, they don't test for cannabinoids in a drug test; they test for THC. So
Right, yeah.
you won't. And if anybody is testing their employees for marijuana at this point, they may want to talk to a business manager.
Yeah, no shit. I mean,
What
it's
the
about
fuck
to be
you did?
legal, man.
Anyways, somebody was motivated by something we talked about, and what we do in this, if we bring our guests in that want to talk about it. I was talking about my barf story, so this gentleman decided that he wants to tell us his barf story, and then maybe we'll get one from Scott.
I was thinking, I got one. Oh, it's not maybe as cool
Live
as
from the ABC studios, backstage from the Masked Singer, fresh off the Pizza Hut and sandwich commercials. Our boy, friend of the show, Craig Robinson. What up? What up? What up?
What's up, Craig?
What's up? This is my mask.
up,
I'm getting ready for the Masked Singer. I'm wearing the mask tonight.
Yeah, there you go. That's a mask.
Yeah, if y'all are thinking I should be busy since the show's debuting tonight, it was pre-recorded, so I was able to make it out.
All right, hopefully this barf story is related to the story you told me earlier, but if it's not, can you grace us with that story that you told me earlier, and I'll just give you the hint because I know we talk a lot. The hint would be the worst time you were ever drunk down at VCU.
I just got shit faced. It's fun. I mean, everybody goes to college and gets shit faced, so
yeah,
whatever.
Dude was riding his bike.
Who cares?
Who cares? Wrong podcast. Friday night, 8:00.
Do you want the CeeLo dice story too, or just
that's what I'm saying? I'll maybe incorporate all of it. That's the funniest part.
Well, I get really drunk, and I ride my bike home, and I can only go like 10 feet at a time before I like fall over or hit a car or something. So I hit about 10 parked cars on my way home. But I woke up in the morning. I had all my pockets were like stuffed with cash, all these $1 bills. And I called my buddy. I'm like, dude, I woke up and my jeans are stuffed with all this money. You know, what happened last night? He's like, you blacked out. He's like, you were totally unconscious, and we decided to let you play dice with us. And they like held me up like Weekend at Bernie's and put the dice in my hand and like shook my arm and threw the dice down, like me just totally like asleep. And they said I went on a hot streak, and I just kept on winning. And like every time I won, they just picked the money up for me and stuff it in my pockets.
Great. I just would love, like I told him earlier, I would love to contact the city of Richmond and get access to like all the street cams the whole night and just follow around, watch them hit all the cars, playing dice in the street. CeeLo bitches. Damn, that would be great.
I have a bad habit for when I drink a few beers, I get really sleepy. I like have a bad habit for falling asleep at parties.
Oh no.
There's one time I was at, it was a pretty big place. It's like a warehouse, kind of like it would be like a bar or something, but it was like a private residence. But I woke up taped to the couch, and it was kind of like a thing where everybody left during the day, and I woke up taped to the couch, and there wasn't shit I could do about it. And I was like, it was like 6 hours later into the day, and I heard like footsteps, I'm like, "Hey, help! Come cut me out! Come cut me off the couch!"
You got bad friends, bro.
God,
it was a random party. It was I was there with a bunch of strangers. So,
that's funny. God damn.
Holy shit.
Well, is there a vomit story in there, or is this just
Damn,
like?
that
I
was
mean,
so
those
funny.
are funny.
I told.
Oh no, that was a side note.
Yeah, Thomas is always busting my balls. I tell him these stories. He's like, save it for the podcast. So I figured I'd step up tonight, tell a story or two.
Hell yeah, about time.
So this is
barf.
I've been roofied before.
Oh shit!
This is my roofie story.
Your friends are awful. Oh.
So it was actually, this happened a long time ago, and I have a friend, and for some reason me and her have never really talked about it. And I was thinking about it today. I was like, it's kind of weird that I've never told you my half of the roofie story, and you never told me your half of the roofie story. So like, I told her my version, she told me her version, and you know, they lined up. So like, I have a pretty vivid memory of it, except when the lights were off, but like not the lights, but you know, like when I was blacked out. So this happened in Olympia, Washington. I went out there and was visiting, and we were like, let's go out on the town. So we did, and we were only like 2 or 3 drinks in, so we weren't blackout drunk. And we walk into this, I guess you call it seedy. It was just like a, you know, a sketchy ass dive bar. And it's actually, we looked at, she sent me the link to it. She's like, I know which bar it is. And she sent me the link to it. And the top image of it is, it's just so bad. It's like, it says "suck my cocktail" on the banner. And it's like Olympia, the way you spell it, it has limp in it, LYMP. And it said and their slogan is keeping Olympia limp for like 50 years. So it's like, obviously not the best place to be, even just by their main, like, and the name of the bar is terrible. They call it the China Clipper. So sketchiest bar name ever too.
Yeah, that's weird.
China Clipper, Olympia, Washington. Look it up. Anyway, so we go in, and there's nobody in the bar except the bartender is behind the bar, and there's this couple. There's this couple. They're sitting at the bar, and they obviously know each other. They're kind of in cahoots with each other. And me and my friend, we sit down, and immediately that couple offers us a round of peach schnapps, or not peach schnapps, peppermint schnapps, which is sketchy. Because like usually I don't know what bar etiquette is, but you would think that you either ask somebody what they want, or they just buy you what you're already drinking, instead of, you know, just like offering you a random weirdo drink. And so we drink it, and I think I threw up, because just like peach or peppermint schnapps just makes me gag anyways. It's just like,
yeah,
I can't.
Terrible. Yeah.
I can't drink that anyway. So I think I just gagged just because the drink was gross. So that's kind of what saved our ass. It's like, this is kind of like a barf hero story. Like, me and my friend laughed today that like I saved our asses by barfing, because it got us out of being, you know, taken advantage of while we were roofied. And I woke up earlier than she did, because
wait a minute, they roofied both of well, you're saying the couple roofied both of you with
the couple and the bartender. I was sitting at the bar, and the bartender, I think he had it already pre-mixed in the peppermint schnapps, and they were all 3 in on it.
No shit. Whoa.
Yeah.
That is wild.
What? This is a conspiracy
Right.
Um.
Yeah, this has got dark, man. I
Wow.
thought it was gonna be a funny vomit story. We need to pass.
So, I drink the schnapps. We both drink the schnapps. We both get roofied. We had just gone to dinner. I was throwing up all over the place. I threw up all the way to the bathroom. I filled up the urinal. I filled up their sink and barfed all over the bathroom floor. And they kicked us out, which is like kind of like I said, I kind of saved their ass.
Yeah. Like we roofied them, but we don't. Now we've changed our minds.
They were hot. They were. I don't want to say the R word, but they were horrible at first, but now they're just not hot anymore.
They can't hold their lip. Oh, these guys are
hold on a second.
So
there's an R word.
Anyways, I just want to get the story over with.
We talked about it with Pepe Le Pew and the R word.
So we wake up in the alley, and I know it's like I've been blackout drunk enough to
Pepe. Sorry. Keep going, Craig. You think you're blackout drunk in the alley?
Well, I mean, I've been blackout enough to know, like, when I drink way too much, I at least know how I got to bed. I don't ever wake up in the morning like, how did I get here? Where am I? So like I woke up in the alley, and I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got here. The lights just like I blacked out, like, and I'm like looking at my friend, and she's not waking up. She didn't puke, so she took the full hit of it. She had her husband was at home, but I don't know how to get into her phone. It was like pass locked, so I didn't know what to do. Like, and it was like 4 a.m. and everybody was closed. So while she's laying in the alley, and I'm like, I have to find somebody to talk to get us like a cab or something. My phone was dead or something. I didn't have my phone.
I don't have to get this chick out the alley. I gotta find somebody to talk to.
So I was like stumbling around downtown Olympia, and it was like a ghost town. All the businesses were closed, no cars, just like crickets. No. And so I like stumbled around downtown until I found somebody. It's like, hey man, I need to use your phone. I got a friend back here who's sick. I was like, I just called a taxi cab. I didn't call the ambulance. I should have called the ambulance, but I called a taxi cab, and a taxi pulled up, and I didn't have any money, and we were pretty far away. It was like it was like 35-minute ride back to her house. I was like, hey man, I don't have money. You got to trust me. We got to load my friend in the car. You got to drive us, 35 minutes to the house. Trust me that I'll pay you tomorrow. And he was super cool about it. He's like, all right, man, I trust you. And so we load up my friend into the taxi and take her home. And we end up calling the ambulance, and she ends up going to the hospital. Like once we get back to the house, the ambulance comes to the house and picks her up.
That's white privilege.
And so taxi driver was super cool. Like we called him the next day, tipped him we paid the fare, and then tipped him $60. But that was my side of the story, and I didn't know her side of the story. So when I was talking to her today,
is it safe to tell her side? Is she okay with it? You have
yeah. Pretty much her side was that like I didn't know. Like I was like I'm remember it enough to where like I'm sure it was a roofie. So what do you think about what happened? She's like, she told me when she was at the hospital. I didn't go to the hospital with her. I stayed at her and her husband's house while she left, and I don't know why we never talked about it, but she told me today. She was like, they ran a toxicology report on me a pee test or whatever, and they said that there was benzos in her system, and she said that she tried to convince the hospital that she didn't mix drugs and alcohol, wasn't on benzos, she just had a couple of beers, and she said they didn't believe her. They were like kept on lecturing her about the dangers of mixing benzos and
That's what
drinking
they
at the
always
same
do.
time.
Christ.
And so like she's like, oh, we totally got drugged. She's like, no doubt in my mind. She was like, yeah, man, fucking
think we could
the China Clipper drugged our asses.
Think we could get her on?
No. She's busy. She's a doctor at a hospital, so she's like always busy.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Did they find all your DNA all over her?
No, it was probably what's his name? What's your name
Weinstein?
again? No.
Dr. Seuss?
No, your co-host. I forget your name.
Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Scott. It's probably Scott's uncle.
What is Scott's uncles? For sure. Hey, I got a question while you guys are both in here real quick. I'm gonna remove myself so we can look bigger.
So the moral of the story,
but
the moral of the story, the sketchy thing is never go to a bar called the China Clipper, and if there's nobody in there, just go somewhere where there's like at least a crowd.
No
something.
Shit. That's
but you
crazy,
still, but you guys are still friends. There's no part of her mind whatsoever, deep in the dark, murky waters of the back of her head, would she think that you did it?
No, we're family. We're like brother, sister.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Like West Virginia brother, sister?
No.
Why don't you tell your West Virginia joke?
You got it.
No.
You got a West Virginia joke?
No.
I got a question for both of you, okay?
No.
I'm just gonna bring up this image. I want you to be honest. No, hit it. I want you to be honest. Is this racist?
No.
What's funny is Goya.
Funny
is Goya just got in trouble for like the CEO was a Trump supporter.
Yeah,
and
Goya's on my banned list now. I don't buy.
So it's Hispanic owned, but he that didn't really.
So you're not getting Goya or the pillow guy.
No, fuck both of them.
But look, I'm not talking about that. It's Mexican food or Goya, but it's black owned and Hispanic owned. And
why is that? Why would
that
be? Why would that be racist?
Because the thing is that if you can change the race to white and it makes it racist, then it's already racist, right? Like if we put white owned, if you put white owned, I mean, how far would we get away with putting white owned on that?
You would. All right. Really? You know what? That's an interesting concept, but I think that the problem. I mean, we're getting serious after Craig's shenanigans here, but I think the problem with that is that you're saying that racism is equal. As there's two sides to that coin, and there's just fucking not. It's like saying there's
definitely two sides to that coin.
Well, here's what I mean is that saying that that's black owned or that's Hispanic owned is intended to lift up, not to put anybody down. I think. And here's the other thing. It's like what is the white equivalent of the N-word? There isn't one.
Cracker.
You know why?
Fucking cracker.
Nope.
I got in trouble recently for saying white trash.
And you can say that, but you know what? There's no.
Not really. It depends on what circle you're in.
It has to do with. Yeah,
but that don't just because there's no word to identify, don't mean that white people don't experience racism from other races.
No, but
hey, I'm gonna log off of here. I was just here to tell the barf story. Good night.
I appreciate it. Hey, Craig, thanks for coming on, man.
Peace.
Cool. All right, so I'm not saying that there's no racism toward white people. What I'm saying is it's punching up. White people are sitting in a position of privilege, and I don't give a shit. At this point, who doesn't agree with that? but there's a power dynamic that's very, very different. So I don't think that that's racist. I mean, you could say, if you said it was white owned, that would be, I don't know. I just don't see that there's an equivalency there.
But you don't think that if the stores were putting up on certain aisles that the certain product is white owned, that would not be an issue?
Oh, I think it would be an issue. But again,
So why is it not an issue with another race?
because of that power dynamic.
Yeah,
Because
but
there's
it
a
depends.
different.
It depends.
Because
If it
white
dep-
people have been the oppressors for a very long time,
except
for
not
hundreds of
me.
years.
Except not me.
I understand what you're saying, but that doesn't
Hold on,
change
not
things.
me. And do you know how many banging ass black chicks I met in my life? I did not grow up in a white neighborhood, and I was very attracted to Puerto Ricans and black women. And neither, you know what they would always say to me? Like, "Oh, you're
What?
so cute for a white boy. If you weren't white, I'll fuck you up." You know, like I would go. I had this crush on this girl, and I told you this before. You better get that white boy at my house. Your daddy come home and see that white boy in our house. You in some shit. Like that's a black family saying that to me.
All right. So what are you saying? Do you think that it's racist to have those things on there?
I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily think it's racist because some
I know
people
you like
like
playing devil's advocate. You'll put something out there because you know what my position is going to be, and you'll play devil's advocate, and that's all right.
no,
But I want to know what your position is.
I would say that I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. If it's devilish, then you just have to deal with it. But I like the fact, like there's a whole Netflix special on buying black, like going through black banking, and I'm sure that helps the community for sure. I'm just saying, if we take that word away and put white owned, they wouldn't even put it up. They wouldn't put it up. So there's a difference there, right? You can
There
put
is,
this
but
up,
again,
put
it's
this
not.
race
I don't.
on it
Again,
only
I don't think that,
because of what they've been through in their past, even though my past was filled with racism.
that's not the same kind of racism. I'm
It's
sorry, there's just
racism.
not. There's no.
So
No. That's again, we're talking a false equivalency here. You're still a white guy in America. You're still the
yeah.
most privileged class of person in this country. So am I. I mean, I'm not.
Oh, for sure. I'm not talking about privilege. I'm just saying
but
that
that privilege extends to that. So I think that here's another thing to think about. Why don't they put white owned on the others? Because I think that's assumed.
let's assume, but if you wouldn't put it, they would never put it. That's my point. Right then and there is racist, regardless of the reason or
Yeah.
punching up, but it's still racist, right?
I don't. Well, that's not even punching up to me. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure I have the words to explain. This is something I got to think about this for a little bit and maybe come back to you with a better answer on this. But I don't think that.
I'm just
right.
a little not offended because we already talked about that. That doesn't happen with me. I don't feel like I could be offended, which is probably a bad thing. My therapist says, but I so I had a my sisters for the most part dated black people. I have black nieces and nephews. I have Hispanic. I mean, just name it, whatever. A little melting pot action, right? And we were raised kind of by Italians. And not only Italians don't like you if you date other races, but they kind of want you to find and marry an Italian, right? It's kind of that's not a race though, right? It's a nationality,
Right.
Preserving their nationality. But a cousin of mine got disowned for 20 years because she had mulatto babies, as we call them in New York. So
Is that still cool to use that word? I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I never hear it anymore. When I was a kid, if we describe somebody, it'd be like, yeah, but black, white, Puerto Rican, mulatto, and they would say mulatto. Like it was a pride thing. Like I had my friends would wear like headbands on the basketball court saying mulatto. Maryland South, don't say that. Say mixed. Mixed is better? Do you think mixed is better?
Well, it's weird.
Calling somebody
I think
mixed?
it's weird how some words like that.
That sounds like a dog to me.
Mulatto, I mean, I don't know much about the history of the word. To me, it just is a very specific description, but I don't know
white,
much
half
about
black, right?
Right. Do you know the other one, quadroon?
Let's figure it out.
Have you heard that one before?
The what?
Mulatto, I think.
Yeah, Mulatto. A person of mixed. So I thought it might have been just a mixed person, but a person mixed with white and black ancestry, especially a person with one white or one black parent. Mulatto. I mean, that's the dictionary.
It doesn't, but is there any further? I mean, again, sometimes we're not aware. I mean, that word, that description has fallen out of favor, so we don't really know the history of it.
Okay, here we go. So I go to the old Merriam-Webster. Merriam and fucking Webster's got to be right. Right?
You'd think.
So, definition of mulatto. Usually, it starts off the definition with usually offensive. The first generation offspring of a black person and a white person. Definition number 2. Usually offensive. A person of mixed white and black ancestry.
Okay.
So I guess it is offensive.
Well, I want to apologize then to anybody who is of mixed race who's listening. Then
here we go. We're going on our goddamn apology tour.
No. And there's no offense. I think anybody who's listening is probably, hopefully they're fairly smart and they realize that we don't mean any offense by it, and this is just a learning thing for us. But I'm going to say obviously we didn't mean to offend.
I would love for somebody to come on and see if it's offended.
There was
actually.
You ever watch that show Archer on I think it was on FX or something. You need to check that out. Oh, Lord. Oh God. What are we doing here?
So, speaking of our topic, we got to get rid of Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's, but Cracker Jack is good. What's up with that? Is that part of that white privilege?
I think so. I mean, again, there's no white equivalent of the N-word, so I think that applies across a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a more powerful word to a race except maybe Nazi to a Jewish, you know what I'm saying? Or a white man to the Native Americans that no longer exist.
Yeah, I don't know what they
got like 25 of them out in Oklahoma somewhere. It's like Jesus Christmas.
So are we circling back to like a cancel culture thing here?
No, whatever you want to talk about. I just got a bunch of shit I wanted to pop up and get your reaction.
Right. Well, you don't have much from me on that except that I mean, who canceled Aunt Jemima? Who canceled Uncle Ben's?
Yeah, but it doesn't. I think that's starting to not matter anymore. It's the point that they get canceled.
It doesn't. I mean,
it's like.
But that's that. See, here's the problem. Who hollers about cancel culture? I mean, let's go ahead and say it. It tends to be conservatives and the right, and they want to blame people for it. But who are they blaming? They're blaming some nebulous group of Democrats when no Democrats have made any of these decisions. The only decisions were made by the people who own the company, and they're like, "Well, we just don't think that Uncle Ben's really is like the symbolism we want to represent to us anymore." That's the free market. Isn't that what conservatism? Isn't that one of the tenets of their belief system? Is let the free market decide?
Yeah.
Well, they decided that.
If that was the case, if that's the case, for sure. But if someone, I don't know what it takes, an email, a viral Twitter feed, like I don't know what it takes to scare a company into saying, "Hey, maybe this isn't right."
But have you heard of any of that for Uncle Ben's or Aunt Jemima, for example? I mean, was there?
Well,
There
I don't. I
are.
mean, I'm sure if you put
Did
hashtag Uncle
Chuck
Ben's on
Schumer
Twitter, you can
stand up,
spend
or
6
Nancy Pelosi
days.
stand up and say something about this? Or I don't know who are the other talking heads on the Chris Cuomo or any
I think
Rachel
what
Maddow?
happened.
Did any of them stand up and say
I
this
think
needs
what
to
happens
stop? Go ahead.
No. What happens is, I think it's what happens, and Joe Biden is president, just like when some bad shit happened when Trump was president. Of course, he's a failed leader and he sucks and blah 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 blah. So I don't think Joe Biden per se, it's just like I agree with you on that. I just think it's because the left is in charge, and that's what they're gonna do. Like,
Yeah, well, of course.
it's like everything's gonna be like the gas prices, which brought me to one of my other posts. I want to see if this is true.
I take it you didn't get
First
a
of all,
chance to.
Panda Express. You hear about Panda Express?
I saw your Panda Express thing.
It's the Washington Post.
Oh Lord, we're having some feed issues here, brother. I don't know if it's on your end or what.
Real?
Yes, I looked it up. We're having some feed issues.
Well, it was happening last week, and then I was watching a podcast, and it just freaking. Oh, really? That looks pretty good.
So I take a half of one?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit too. I'll stop trying to share this. But they really didn't make people strip.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I checked another source. It was on NBC or MSNBC or something like that, and there was some one of those coaching groups or whatever that supposedly did this. And of course, Panda Express is saying, "Oh, we would never condone such a thing," but who knows where it came from? There weren't a lot of details, a ton of details, but yeah, that's some fucked up shit. I hope she gets paid.
Yeah, like so fucked up. I eat there too. That's what I'm saying. Should I stop? Is that enough to make you stop eating there?
Do you have a viable alternative? Is there some other Chinese food you like as well?
Well, the bourbon chicken with the super vegetables is so good, and it's $5.99. It's kind of healthy, kinda.
I think
So
you're
I kinda
okay still
stopped there
eating
'cause
there.
it's
And I think you can eat there until
the kale,
we get some more
it's
information.
like broccoli, kale, and spinach.
Yeah, man, the lag is terrible tonight, man. This is not good.
I mean, I wouldn't be if they. I don't know. I guess it depends what their employees look like.
What's
Ooh, live now? I'm just looking for something. You can go. Thomas. I wanted to show you this. We had I reach out every week and try to get people to call in with questions, especially about you. They love asking you questions. So this lady, she didn't send an email, but she sent me a video and wanted me to play it online for you. So while I look for that,
this would have been a good time to bring out Blatford Squirrel Oil, our new sponsor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We have to bring this up next time. I'll see if I can dig us up a new sponsor. I'm not sure Blatford's is really representative of our brand on the Let's Talk About It podcast.
Yeah, for the just for a quick stretch and let everybody know what we do. All right,
All right.
we're back,
Shit.
bitches.
All right. Doesn't seem
I know
quite as
you are
laggy at the
so.
moment.
Remember when you were that ripped? Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember when you were so ripped?
as soon as the pandemic started and the lockdown, I was doing nothing but working out like 8 hours a day, and it got me kind of ripped. But these days I'm looking a little flabby, so you lose it after a few months of being locked in.
Yeah, no shit. I definitely put some on. It's funny, like the first 3 weeks of the pandemic, I was doing push-ups and sit-ups, and I bought bikes for my entire family. They're all sitting out there now. Nobody touches them.
Wow, it's fucking
And
winter,
now
man.
nothing.
Nah, it's fucking winter. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, well, not really. We went through the whole summer of the pandemic, so it's not just. It wasn't just winter. That's what I was thinking the other day. I was like, well, at least summer's coming. We haven't been able to experience that yet. And I was like, wait a minute, last summer did happen. Crazy.
It feels kind of like
That
it
is
did.
crazy.
It really. I feel like I only started like getting out of the house around July, maybe. Maybe it was June. I don't know. I know that I play golf as much as I can, and I did not play for several months in the spring of last year. So I feel like I lost a lot of time on that. But yeah, it felt like it was like June or July before I started playing again. I don't know if that's accurate, but
Like from
that's what
March,
it feels like.
like say March to July.
Something like that. Yeah, I was just like, oh Jesus Christ, I don't want to get sick and die.
While we wait for
here.
this to download, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This is from an email. So the Affordable Care Act.
You're all
Damn, we
frozen.
are
Man.
lagging, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
What the hell is going on here? You
see if there's anything
are
I
frozen
can do.
too. All right. The Affordable Care Act has been in law. Stop trying to change that. For 8 years.
What are we saying
It's
here?
my end. So I have Comcast coming out soon. I was just going
All
to
right.
ask you a question, but apparently I am breaking up like crazy. I'm sure my fucking kids are streaming. Ask them for 1 hour a fucking week. One. See, Thomas moved my entire modem to the other side of the house.
Oh shit! No, you can't.
So it helps him, but now I'm suffering.
All right, hit me with the question. I can
I'm
answer
sorry.
whether or not you're frozen or not.
Okay.
The Affordable Care Act.
The Affordable Care Act has been in law for 8 years. Stop trying to change that. That's a quote from President Obama. And then the other quote to compare it to is the Second Amendment has been in the law for 222 years. Stop trying to change that. Are there people actively trying to get rid of the Second Amendment?
I don't think so. What the fuck?
Damn,
Sorry.
look at all them text messages.
No, that's a call. Who the fuck is calling me? 9 o'clock. Nobody called me.
You got a real Pepe Le Pew fucking phone ringer.
Oh shit! Mickey Wright is checked in. God damn it.
Oh shit.
All right, so
we didn't even get to talk about his stupid ass post he made. Wrong podcast, you fuck. It's on the goddamn screen. Let's talk about a podcast. Not who cares. That's fucking 8 o'clock on Friday nights, douchebag. All right, go ahead.
All right, here's what I have to say. Yeah, somebody's got a legitimate gripe there. And I think the gripe against Obama saying stop trying to change the law is potentially legitimate. Now, I believe in the Affordable Care Act, but laws do change, and we should be open to changing them based on circumstances and things like that. So I don't have a problem with people trying to change the Affordable Care Act. I don't want it to go away. I buy my health insurance through the exchanges. and I probably could get it cheaper if I went outside of them, but I am supportive of the exchanges. So
Well,
that's
we're gonna have
the
to talk. We're gonna have to talk about that. I
all
don't
right.
know what
We can talk about it, but
I,
let me just say this: I think that I don't think that any law should be 100% static. Yeah, the whole point of government and the whole point of an elected officials is to look at laws and see when they no longer are relevant, and to see if they should be changed, and to try to make those changes based on the needs and desires of their constituencies.
Yep.
Now, that being said,
Just saying,
what?
Obama was in office for 8 years. He had the House, he had the fucking Senate, and I
Yeah,
believe at that point had the Supreme Court on his side, and no guns were taken. If there was any time in the United States history where guns were being threatened to be taken, I think it would have been then.
yeah, that's a whole.
Nobody,
They call it a false flag or a straw man argument. It's all bullshit.
but I'm in control. I'm in. I want gun control, and people automatically think that's taking their Second Amendment away. I don't want motherfuckers rolling down Broad Street in a fucking tank. You know, like there has to be something. Like you can't
I
just
gotta
be
be
walking
honest.
around with rocket launchers.
Have you ever? I mean, I'm sure you've probably run into people using their Second Amendment right for open carry. Have you ever seen that? Like around Mechanicsville, especially, it seems like a fairly common thing.
Oh, people carrying? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing: is that I personally feel less safe around those people.
Yeah, there's a gun in there's a gun in the equation.
Right.
I mean,
Which
they
isn't
could
to say
shoot
that
you.
there aren't people who are carrying guns, who have concealed weapons permit. There's I'm sure there's plenty of them. In fact, one of my friends does that. I mean, if you run into my friend Walter, he's carrying a gun. You won't see it, but he's carrying.
I have a couple friends that you won't see, and they'll have two.
Right. But the point is that if I see it, I feel less safe. And some people may disagree with that, and that's fine. That's your right. But the fact of the matter is that the highest correlation for people getting shot, the highest correlating circumstance for people getting shot is the presence of a gun.
Yeah, well,
So
they
if there's
say
no
that you have
gun,
like a 63% chance more of
right.
dying if, but a lot of that percentage comes from suicide, I think.
Yeah, well, all right. So there's more gun suicides than anything. But the point is, if there's no gun present, you got a really, really low chance of getting shot.
We're not talking about your fucking penis, Mickey, right? We're talking about an actual fucking gun that actually still works. Motherfucker shooting fucking blanks and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
There's no blue pills for a 38, Mickey, right?
Shit, blue. He's up to purple now. Damn, what was I gonna say? Oh, that brings me up to a Facebook conversation I had about that very situation where it's like you could try to be the hero. Like my friend of mine, he's a really responsible gun owner, and when I went to get my gun, I went to him for advice, and he said, "Look, if I'm at Arby's on 360, I'm sitting in the booth with my two boys and my wife, which both of them are packing. His wife carries as well." And he said, someone comes in and robs the place, I'm letting them rob the place. I'm not fucking pulling out my gun and playing hero because one, he could shoot me. Two, the cops show up and shoot me, But if he comes towards my family, that's when it changes. So I kind of base my shit on that. Like, I'm not gonna. So on Facebook, someone was like, "What do you mean you only carry you don't carry to protect other people?" Oh, it was the mask. It was the mask thing when the mask first came out. Like, oh, so I can carry. You want me to carry my gun to help protect you, but the mask thing, blah blah blah.
I'd rather you
Like,
didn't.
no, wait a minute. I was like, I don't carry to protect anybody. I'm not a law enforcement officer. I carry to protect myself and my family. And he was like, oh no, that's all wrong. You're carrying for everybody. I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not
No.
a vigilante. I don't give a fuck about you. Like, honestly, I'm leaving. If I see some shit go down, yeah, I'm that dude running, bro. I don't care
Yeah.
if I got my gun on my hip or not. What am I supposed to do? Go to prison?
No,
That's what'll happen.
if I carry, and I don't, I would be the same way. I mean, I'm not there to save anybody else.
Yeah, he was like appalled that it's a gun owner's responsibility that if you have your gun on you, you got to look out for everybody. Nah, it's for personal protection, bro. Like,
I guess so.
yeah, I mean, come
I
on,
don't
man.
know. We're in different places on that whole. I don't know. I have mixed feelings
Eat
about
where you want.
guns.
Look, honky. How about honky? Honky is our N word.
No, come on. That shit's
Not
funny.
even close.
What do you think of? Here's what I think of: the Jeffersons.
Honky.
Yeah, they used it as something to laugh at.
Oh, he used it on the show.
Honky. Yeah, come on. Did you not watch the Jeffersons?
I
You're too young
watched
for
it,
that.
but
You're too young for that.
the Jeffersons moving on up.
Well,
I know that shit. Wheezy.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, guess what I was watching yesterday?
What was that?
Archie Bunker's Place.
Oh, really?
Archie
I
Bunker's
never got into that. I did watch.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. I didn't either back then. I just watched a few episodes this week, and I was like, it ain't no. What was the other show called? All in the Family.
All in the Family. Did you watch that as a kid?
Oh yeah, religiously.
God, how is this possible? You're like 10 years younger than me, man.
Yeah, because first of all, reruns.
Well, yeah.
Second of all, I grew up without cable, so
I didn't have a cable
I had
either.
4
but
fucking channels. So it was
Shit.
like they just rerun them bitches. And I don't know if I saw them live. We'll have to see when they ran. Let's see.
I think the Jeffersons ran through the early to maybe mid 80s, I want to say.
Oh yeah, I remember the Jeffersons. There was a spinoff of that one too, wasn't there?
I don't know. That was a spinoff of All in the Family.
Yeah, that's true.
All
right, so it shot from 1970, 71 to 79. I was 1 when it ended. The following September,
the Jeffersons?
Archie Bunker, All in the Family.
Okay.
I definitely watched reruns. The following September, it was continued with a spinoff series, Archie Bunker's Place, which picked up where All in the Family left off and has seasons through 1983. Still, I was only 5. So, yeah, it was definitely reruns all day.
Young motherfucker.
Yeah, I used to watch All in the Family. What's the one with Webster and Facts of Life, all that. When the TV was good, bro. TV was good.
I guess it was. I don't know. I mean, comparatively speaking, give me fucking Sopranos.
I had a little bit of a crush on Archie's daughter.
Oh, Suzanne Summers. No.
Yeah. No, not Suzanne Summers.
No.
Sally
Struthers. That's it.
Yeah, she was like like my first like older crush.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Damn. And I love that show, man. I know they say that it was racist, right?
Well,
they talked about communists.
You couldn't do it now. I guess the idea at the time was that it's kind of like Blazing Saddles, where they were poking fun at the racist. Like Archie Bunker was really the butt of the jokes. The racist was the butt of the jokes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that, again, I think it could have been important at the time, but Mickey Wright talking about the Love Boat. Yeah,
what?
I'm sorry, I was just looking at the comments.
God, that is, my mom used to watch that. The Love Boat sucked though.
It was
Dynasty,
terrible.
Dallas, Love Boat. That never got.
What about Fantasy Island? There's another one. Yeah. That was right up there. That was basically Love Boat, but on an island.
Mm-hmm.
Same shit.
Deplane, boss. Deplane.
Now you talking about good TV? Come on, man.
Well, not those.
Junk. There's a lot of junk back then too.
Yeah, but I bet you if you look at the ratings, like Dallas and Dynasty and Love Boat, all that shit, they were top shows For
Well,
sure.
they were, but that's because people didn't have any options.
Yeah, they couldn't Netflix and chill and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Motherfucker.
That's what I'm talking about.
Netflix and chill.
All right, what else we got? What do we got on the
All right,
agenda?
I got this video. I got this video that was for you.
Are we gonna do the
Nobody
8
ever
minute
wants to
video?
send,
No. Or is
nobody
this the
ever
one-
wants to send me a video. It's just things that I guess you've mentioned on the show that
Okay.
she wants to know what's up now. Like, what's up now, Biden voter
Okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's
she
do it.
just pointed you out, so hold on.
For all my leftist friends. What's been your favorite part of the new presidency so far? Is it the spike in gas prices? Is it the spike in insulin prices? Is it the absolute destruction of women's sports? Could it be the bombs dropped in Syria? Could it be the lack of addressing the country? Could it be the cancellation of the pipeline and the 52,000 jobs that went with it? Could it be the illegal immigrants coming into the country without COVID tests? Maybe the possibility that Americans will have travel restrictions but not illegal immigrants? Is it the wokeism? Banning of the Chinese virus? Could it be getting back into the Paris Climate Accord? Or what about the World Health Organization? Could it be the radical leftists' ideas? I'm not done. The lies about the first gay and or transgender person on the cabinet? Could it be our troops sleeping on a cold garage floor? The paper hearts? The lies about COVID? For me, it's the geometry. Circling back.
Is that enough?
She got you, bro. She wants answers.
There's no answers to that bullshit. It's
Well,
extreme.
first of all, the only one that I can say is the troop sleeping on the floor. I think was during January 6th when Donald Trump was president. Other than that, I don't know what she talked. I haven't. Donald Trump just got me so fired up for press conferences. Like this past 4 years has been great TV. Whether you love him or hate him, he was good for TV, like always, NBC ratings. But I'm just bored with this shit, so I don't really watch that shit no more. What is she talking about with the first transgender gay person in a cabinet that may not be transgender?
I don't even know. There's a transgender person on the cabinet, and I watched this before, and it said something about the feeling I got was that maybe this wasn't the first transgender person. She said it was a lie about being the first transgender person.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
So the question is, who was?
I don't really, this is such a lame talking point that I didn't bother to look it up. I mean, it's so stupid. And pretty much everything she said. I mean, we're talking about is a stream of conscious. You know what? You want to go back to the vomit stories? This is vomiting of conservative talking points with no context and no depth.
This is me vomiting off the stage onto all the chicks.
That's right. Here's all my conservative talking points. All at once with no context.
She did mention the pipeline, 52,000 jobs. It seems like that number always changes, but
it goes up. Of course, it goes up.
Which brings up Mickey Wright's next point in his post that he put up.
I don't know why he's so crazy about the pipeline. I will say this, Mickey Wright. I appreciate you listening in, man. Here's the thing. If you feel like it, if you're feeling, because I know what you're showing here is a big oil spill because of a train wreck or something like that. But look up how often pipelines leak and the damages that they do to the environment.
Yeah.
It's really easy, I think, to be pro pipeline when none of them are running through your neighborhood.
Yeah, well, plus they're
not gonna. They're not coming through Virginia.
It's got the missing context thing and the fake news fact check at the bottom. So
yeah,
sure.
He did post that, and I actually looked at that fact check too, and it's all there's a lot of wrong numbers in it. I clicked on it. Did you click on it, G?
I try not to worry about bullshit like that, but
I want to be informed. And
my point is, we talked about when he posted this before. We talked about it. He's like, it would take this many tractor and trailers and this many train. Well, that's good. That's jobs, right? So that's what our goal is to have more jobs. So I don't even know how that's a bad thing.
Mickey's saying not often. I guess he's talking about how often those pipelines leak. I mean, how often
No,
do you need it?
or maybe he's talking about not often does it come through his neighborhood. Either
Or
way.
not often are those train wrecks, do those happen? Because I mean, that feels like the pipeline would leak more often than a train wreck would happen. But Mickey, you know what? Somebody prove me wrong. Prove me wrong on that. Somebody provide some data on that. The thing is, and this is all this is all arguing very small particulars. The point of the whole thing is that it's not about gas prices today, and it's not about how quickly we can get oil to New Orleans or what have you. The real question is, do we want to continue to rely on fossil fuels? And I don't think we do. So you make choices based on what is best for us in the future, not what is best for us right now.
Yeah, bitch, prove it. Shout out to Grant Wright, the only right. Well, there's a couple rights I like. Actually, I like all the rights except Mickey, but Grant Wright made it as an alternate for the All Virginia Choir. He is the only student chosen from his high school. Way to go, kid. Way to go.
Yeah. Grant Wright, if you have not heard that boy sing, Jesus Christ.
Shout out. Damn. Oh, let me check my list. Check it twice. Two Amish men. I wanted you to read this. Two Amish men.
My mic went out. I was lauding Grant. I was saying that Michelle said that Grant is going to be that kid or that adult where you go, I knew him when he was an unknown. He's that good of a singer.
Do you think? All right, so two Amish men walk in a bar now. Two Amish men are walking down the road, no mask. This lady wearing a mask stops and asks them, "Why aren't you guys affected by this virus like we are?" The Amish man answered, "We don't have TV." Is the Amish community not affected by COVID?
No.
That'd be cool.
I think the point of that, I think you're setting me up here, but the point of that is that you know what the point of that is. The point is that somebody believes
the point of it is I wanted to read it to you.
Yeah. It's so goofy. It's like, if it weren't for TV, there would be no coronavirus. That's stupid.
Yeah. Or the mass hysteria, I think is what they mean.
Well, so
probably doesn't help.
It probably doesn't help. It's not completely invalid. I mean, to say, what are you saying? That the news doesn't promote hysteria about things? I mean, we don't talk about.
No, it does. I think the point is that it wouldn't be such. He's saying it wouldn't be such a big deal if the media didn't cover it. I don't know if that means there'll be less cases or less hysteria about it, and maybe less shutdowns because of the hysteria.
I don't know. I mean, that's a really hard question to answer. I mean, do we need to? Maybe it needs the publicity. Maybe things would be a lot worse if it weren't for all the hysteria. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's not an answer. That's not a question I can answer right now.
I didn't know we were at an hour and 18 minutes already. Good Lord.
Yeah. I can say this.
I have the quote of the week, and I want you to tell me who said it. You're pretty good at these. You ready?
Go.
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and uncircumvented, venting the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
That's a trick question. I think it's probably Biden or Obama.
Which one?
I'll go with Biden.
What's your final answer? Do you want to phone a friend?
No. My gut says Biden.
All right. Well, your gut is wrong. It's 2005, and it was Barack Hussein Obama.
Well, you know,
and as I say,
say again.
Here you go. I'm for that shit. I agree with that statement. undetected, undocumented, unchecked. Like you don't. Do you believe in that statement?
Yes and no. I think that it's a little bit
This
disingenuous.
is ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's something I have to. God.
Hmm.
Fuck. Can you hear me, man?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Sorry. My mic keeps going.
I got one word out of 27 of that. And you stay so still that I don't know if you're frozen or if it's your mic. Sound all screwed up. Yeah, we know. Sound if screwed up. What the fuck? Sound if strewed up. What the this motherfucker been drinking tonight? Fucking
I
hate
don't know, man.
goddamn
Maybe
twisted tea.
we should tie it up and revisit next week.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. I have one more thing to ask you because this is kind of crazy. I don't know if it's true, and I think that you or TJ Bell would be able to tell me. So we'll end with this. We'll end with this answer. Ready?
Go.
Trump can run for Congress in 2022. They will not give up on this dude in Florida. If he wins the seat and Republicans take over, which let's break this down. He will win the seat if he runs, and Republicans take over the House of Representatives. He could become the Speaker of the House. Then his first act could be impeaching Joe and Kamala. If it works, he finished out the remainder of Biden's term and still can run for president in 2024.
Yeah. As far as I know,
Legal, that's all legal.
technically, yes.
Okay, how do you become the leader of the House? Speaker of the House? Is that voted on by the House? Because I thought it was the longest standing.
Yeah, it is. It's voted on by the House. That's an elected position, and it's third in line. Well, I say this. So presumably they'd have two separate trials,
right, for both of them,
for the president and the vice president. So let's just say, let's say they have an impeachment of Biden first, and they get him out. Then Kamala becomes president, right? Who's vice president? I don't know that that Trump then immediately ascends to the vice presidency. Because you remember, think back.
The third in charge is Speaker of the House.
Well, I understand that. All right, but what do you know about the history of Watergate? So Spiro Agnew resigned. If I remember correctly, Spiro Agnew resigned in Nixon's second term. And somehow Nixon was able to choose Ford as his vice president. I don't think Ford was a Speaker of the House.
Oh yeah, I'd have to look that up.
I have to clarify that. That's some crazy shit, by the way. If you ever want to, I know you're not a big reader, but
what the
Woodward
fuck?
and Bernstein, The Final Days is amazing.
Well, that's my question. What are they impeaching him for? It doesn't matter these days.
Yeah,
obviously,
I mean,
you can just impeach somebody if you want to. I mean, all you gotta do is vote it in the House, right?
Well, that's all you got to do, but you got to get rid of them, which means you're going to need 2/3 of.
Do you?
Of the
we always
Senate,
say that President Trump was impeached twice, but he didn't get through the Senate.
Yeah, but in order to remove them, so this is all predicated not only
on removal,
but
you're
on
right.
them being convicted in the Senate.
So he would also have to run in the Senate to switch that balance. Can you be in the House of Representatives and the Senate at the same time? Because he could win both seats. He has enough votes.
He can't do that. He can't serve them both. And there's never going to be a 2/3 majority of one party over the other. Well, I can't imagine there being a 2/3 majority of Republicans over Democrats in the coming years that would allow that all to happen. If it did happen, again, one of the challenges is once they impeach Biden and Kamala ascends to the presidency, assuming they do one trial at a time, then who fills the vacancy of the vice presidency? Or if they if they impeach Kamala and they get rid of her, then is Biden able to fill her position somehow else? So you could end up with those positions constantly being refilled. I think that the speaker is probably the best chance of ascending to presidency is if the president and the vice president both die at the same time.
Yeah. Or at least one of them die and the other one gets impeached. One or the other.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Good show tonight. We made it an hour and 25 minutes. We're going to wrap this up. I'm just going to leave you with a thought. You can think about it next week. You can fucking answer me next week. You can text me as soon as this is over and like, why the fuck didn't you let me answer that live? Whatever you want to do. But I am going to end with a statement and then we are going to get out of here. Sorry, Jason, you're a very good commenter and a number one fan of ours. You even made it to the highlight reel that we're about to play when we're done here, but you came in too fucking late. We start at 8:00, bitch. Get your shit together, put it on your
Same
Google
to you, Mickey
calendar,
Wright.
put a notification. Yeah, you too, Mickey Wright. So Scott, I appreciate you coming on. We'll do this again next Wednesday, and we here every week. Anytime y'all want to come on and talk about it, let's talk about it.
What's your comment? What's your drop? You're gonna drop something?
Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna move you off the screen before I. No, I want to see your face. I want to see your face. All right, but I'm going right to the out, so we're not talking about it.
All right.
Until next week. All right. All right. Hold on. Let me get the out ready. All right. With all this crazy shit going on and Dr. Seuss and all this shit, I just have a couple questions because I do not want to offend somebody. I'm not one of these, typical people that live around here that I don't give a fuck what they say. I'm going to say what the fuck I'm going to say. I'm going to watch I like Pepe Le Pew. He's a little rapey, but he's still my guy. Like I feel that way. Like I really like that cartoon. I didn't get it, I guess, when I was a kid. As a matter of fact, until yesterday, my friend Justin Burrell, shout out to Justin Burrell, Commonwealth Fitness Solutions. I thought that he was a skunk and she was a cat and he was a skunk. And he used to paint the white stripe on her so she would think she was a skunk and then they could do their thing. But apparently that's not the story of Pepe Le Pew. He didn't paint her, but she always just happened to get a stripe of paint on her by accident, which made him turn rapey. So the first question is, can we still order black coffee? Like, can you say that? Are brownies being taken off the shelf? Is White Castle gonna change its name? Because I'm sure Cracker Barrel is screwed. Can we play Chinese checkers? Is it still called an Indian burn? No more Italian sausages? How far will we go with this foolishness? How far will we go? Shout out to Scott. See you next week, playa. And just in case you missed it, this one's for you, Jason Pox. It's all good. I'm late. At least you can see yourself in the outro. Hey, every week, Wednesday, 8:00, tune in. The link's at the bottom of the screen. Please share the page. Please, please, please. We love you.